Number 9, Ezekiel Harvey Quezada. At number 1, Uriel Mendoza. Wearing jersey number 3, Jericho Adahar. At number 5, Henry Saringil Bakil. Number 6, Axel Van Book. And number 7, Gabriel Magsino. Libero, number 15, Aljun Centeno. Head coach, Mr. Edward Jan, Coach Edu Lirio. Presenting our AMC COTABATO Spikers. Team captain, wear jersey number 7, JV Sumagaysay. At number 6, Rex Emmanuel Intal. Wearing jersey number 9, Kim Harold Dayandante. Number 11, Joshua Umandal. Number 12, Edward Camposano. And number 17, Madslan Gampong. Libero, number 18, Jelix J. Mendiola. Head coach, Mr. Arthur Oji Mamon.
Let's take a look at the starters for the Santa Rosa City Lions. You have Quesada, Bakil, Adahar, Mendoza, Magsino, Book, and Centeno. As for Cotabato, you have Kampong, Sumagaysay, Camposano, Dayandante, Intal, Umandal, and Mendiola as their libero. And once again, we welcome you to our coverage on One Sports and on One Sports Plus. This is the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference. Dip Dipiaco alongside Doringo calling this match, and of course Ayana Perlas on the sidelines for her updates and reports. And before we talked about the starters, Noreen, yung report ni Ayana kanina, no, for AMC, they're looking good with 2 wins, playing with more inspiration because one of their teammates, who is of course having an injury right now, na si John Vic, is on the bench right now. So may konting moral support dyan.
For the fans now of John Vic, they're so excited to see him even in the bench, even riding the bench for as long as he's there.
But what about that hit though, while we were talking about it? We mentioned this guy at the top of the coverage, si Bakil. Siya yung nagpakilala agad dito. At babawi naman si JV Sumagaysay.
Well, you know, these are the things you want to see from Santa Rosa. You know, we mentioned they're a new team, a young team. So these, you know, contributions by Bakil, we're just excited for the future of this team.
Right. As we mentioned, a lot of new faces coming from the last conference for Santa Rosa.
Ooh.
And another good hit. Nakakadalawang laro na rin itong Santa Rosa, which means, of course, marami na rin sila napulot from those 2 losses that they had.
And that's what's important. We know that, you know, the experience that they're going to get. I mean, in the last Spikers Turf, this very young team got a lot of experience. Only to lose majority of their players. So it's rebuilding time for this team.
Right, that was Axel Book. Umandal's first attempt does not get through. And it's a 2-point lead for Santa Rosa. And if you're the white shirts right now, you must be ecstatic to start off with a 2-point lead against Cotabato.
And you know, we talked about the standings in our pre-game, 0-3 for Santa Rosa, 2-0 for Cotabato. So, you know, they have their hands filled. I mean, talking about Santa Rosa, but they just have to play their game. And you never know. Start off winning the first set, and you never know.
However, it was a service error for Henry Bakil, which leads to this service by Sumagaysay. 2 serving 3 in the early goings of the match.
Well, of course, you know that if you're up against a very strong team, you don't want to commit these service errors.
Yeah, that's right. Balik sa Santa Rosa. Combination play.
Come on!
You know, I had the chance to cover Santa Rosa on their opening game in this conference, wherein they lost to Imus. I don't remember seeing those types of plays. It's like they adjusted all of a sudden.
And obviously they're gelling more, you know, fast because they're young and they're looking good. They don't look like they're a team with 0 wins and 3 losses.
Right. This is another attack error on the part of Cotabato. That was Rex Intal. A newcomer coming from Signal.
Ooh, good dig.
Good dig indeed. Babawi ulit. Back sets it. And that is through for Mads Gampong.
Yeah, that's the luxury of Dayan Dante. Really, everyone is a threat in terms of offense. You can give it to your outside hitters, to your pipe attacker. So Mads Gampong got it in the opposite.
Well, Mads Gampong was not suited up for Cotabato in the previous concluded PNVF Champions League. Was actually playing for Imos then.
Right.
Balik sa Santa Rosa. Another tough set. Almost a conversion, but denied by the City Lions.
Yeah, that was Magsino, number 7 for Santa Rosa, really just closing the door on Cotabato and Jao Mandal. They're really watching Jao Umandal like a hawk today.
Right. Babawi dito si Umandal. Checked. Adahar sets up the middle. Unable to chase. And look at that. Santa Rosa has built a 4-point lead against Cotabato.
Blazing start for this young team. And again, just play their game. You know, the way they're playing right now, it looks like they've been playing together for quite some time.
That's right.
So if you can just continue enjoying your game and just challenge Cotabato, you never know.
Not the cleanest of setups there. Adahar jump sets. Another one. Miscommunication there.
Oh!
Leads to a free ball. Asking for a violation. Gives them a taste of their own medicine.
Poetic justice there. Santa Rosa may have a case in that lifting violation. Yeah.
You do that, I'll do it too, sabi ni Magsino. But cleaner.
Cleaner, yes.
Without a doubt, Gab Magsino leading us to the first technical timeout. 8-3 in favor of Santa Rosa.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Open Conference 2023 here on One Sports Plus, and Smart Livestream. Now, in the words of head coach Ed Lirio of the Santa Rosa City Lions, he said that the last game might have been their most uncharacteristic game because recently incomplete daw yung training days ng Santa Rosa due to academics and examinations which just finished for the young guns. Now, with their 5-day break, they were able to finally be complete. Sinulit na daw nila yung training, so hopefully their true game will be able to come out today. Back to you, Dip and Noreen.
Well, thank you for that report, Ayana. It's showing that Santa Rosa was able to take advantage of that time they had together because look at this, 6-point lead against Cotabato, which is undefeated here in the Spikers Turf.
You know, and what they're doing correctly here in the start of the first set, they're just keeping the ball in play because they know Cotabato has a tendency of committing errors.
Yeah.
Like average, we mentioned the pregame, 9 a set. So they're just keeping the ball in play and waiting for Cotabato to commit the errors.
That's right. But this time, Kim Dayan Dante will not commit an error. Sinigurado na yung 1-2 play na yun for his team who are looking to climb back from this 5-point deficit.
Yeah.
Umandal will work from the back, which he is also effective in, by the way.
Oh.
Maybe he can get himself going there. But Mendoza joins the scoring column for Santa Rosa.
I will expect to see more sets to Mendoza. He's one of the first options for Santa Rosa. But it's interesting, Dip, to see how Cotabato will respond now that they're down by just 5.
That's right.
Just 5. A while ago it was 6.
And something that they haven't really experienced in the past 2 games,
Yeah.
right? Because we mentioned first game nila, straight sets. The last one against Army, 4 sets.
But challenged.
Yeah,
We saw the score.
That's right.
Oof.
And that's a service ace para kay Rex Ental.
Well, that's what they need to check. They've been playing so well. Talking about Santa Rosa here in the first set. 2 straight points off 2 errors.
That's right.
For Santa Rosa.
Ental back at the service line. This time picked up by Santa Rosa. Sumagaysay. Too strong, too wide for him. And it leads to a Santa Rosa point.
Another error there. You know, he found himself directly beneath the ball, lost sight of the court, the opponent's court, and he hit it, and he tipped it wide.
5-point lead for Santa Rosa. Ooh, sumobra. Yung receive. Chance for Santa Rosa. Quesada finds the spot.
Everybody contributing to their cause. Talk about Santa Rosa.
Well, the captain scoring here for Santa Rosa. A product of NU Nazareth. Back in high school, Camposano.
Oh, good save.
Good dig there. That was Santa Rosa's libero.
Oh.
But this time, it's a point for Cotabato.
Yeah, but you love the effort of Santa Rosa. They're trying to, you know, get a touch at every ball. Look at this. With the help of the net, you know, that slowed down or changed the pace of the ball. But still, Young Mendoza got a hand at that. That's what you want to see, the effort.
Oh, the question is, can Cotabato string a couple of or consecutive points? Because the lead is still at 5 for Santa Rosa.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh.
what a dig though by Mendiola. That's alive.
Boy, that was a terrific dig for the highlight reel.
This time the off speed.
Oh, still
It's still alive. Long rally. Oh, and Cotabato gets the point. Wow.
You know, that play deserves a standing ovation from the Cotabato fans because great digging. We have to give it great digging.
That's 2 points. Could have easily gone the way of Santa Rosa. But the black shirts did not give up. Back-to-back points for them to cut the lead down to 4.
Oh.
And then a block, which pumps up JV Sumagaysay.
Well, you see the difference, no, of that last point wherein they worked hard for it. That pumped this team up. Talking about Cotabato. Look at that. Look at his eyes.
Especially what happened with this error a while ago, diba? Gusto niyang bumawi.
Yeah. Couple of errors.
Yeah. Lead is down to 3 points. Dayandante with a serve has been doing well there. Quesada will go up. The off speed and...
Oh!
Is it still alive? Kasi Negorado ni Adahar right above the net.
They were asking, Mendiola was asking for an overreach, and I saw Umandal said, no, it's good. Check it out.
Oh, we're saying great battles at the net though.
Yes.
Adahar will be the one to serve. Dayandante sends it to Gampong. And from the wind-up alone, you knew that Santa Rosa wouldn't be able to stop that.
Yeah, but you have to really have that point to Jao Mandal. What the first pass. And it was able to, you know, make that play.
Not just in terms of scoring, yung ginagawa nito si Umandal. No? Those are the other things that he can do. And then an ace for Camposano prompts Coach Edward Lirio to call for time as we listen in.
Diskarte mo na Eko kung saan mo ibibigay, ha? Nakukuha nyo na yung gitna eh. Diba? Minsan lang talagang hindi na binalo. Akala nila gitna, hindi mo ibibigay sa gitna eh. Tama yung ginagawa mo, diba? Diskarte. Variant yun ang balo. Pero
Hands out to the ROSA!
Sa pasa, tapat.
Early timeout there for Coach Edward Lirio. Relatively, even though his team is up by 2 points because he is sensing na slowly itong Cotabato gaining their groove here in the first set.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he wants to stop the run of Cotabato because you know Cotabato started out slow, but slowly but surely, like you said, they're getting their groove. So I think that's a great timeout by Coach Lirio.
And you don't want to wake up the Giants, as they say. From an ace, this time it turns into an error for Camposano after that timeout. So lucky break for Santa Rosa.
Good timeout. Good timeout for Coach Lirio. Point, Coach Lirio.
Yung first intention mo dun is to discuss things over. Second is, of course, para manlamig yung server. But also, Santa Rosa getting the error via that service of Bakil.
And we did mention early on, you know, even if you're playing well, even if you have the lead, you're playing against a very strong team in Cotabato, so you don't want to commit these errors.
Oh, these guys were runners-up in
Yeah.
the last PNVF Champions League. But off the block and it went out. Cotabato trying to argue that there was no touch. I think they're going to try to challenge this, if ever.
Well, you know, we've seen a lot of challenges, really, and normally it is a block touch, right? I mean,
Yeah.
more often than not, it is a block touch.
But looks like Coach OG said, wag na lang. Waved off that challenge.
Well, we saw the slow-mo. It looked like it was a block touch, so good to save your challenge.
Oh, they get a yellow card due to the delay of game. Because they ended up not going for the challenge.
Yeah. Okay.
Sabi ng referee, kailangan sigurado. Diba? Month of love pa naman, dapat sure ka parati.
Corey. I'll give it to you.
Free ball given up to Cotabato. Let's see what they will do. Jao Umandal will score.
Yellow card, huh? Jao Mandal, you're giving us a yellow card. But still, you know, for Jao Mandal, not too much of clean hits yet for him. And we talked about him in the pregame. Maybe he's not 100%.
Yeah. Because you mentioned he was questionable heading into that game against Army. But another service error for Cotabato leads to the second technical timeout. Babalik tayo here on One Sports. Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center, it's the young guns of Santa Rosa City Lions maintaining this 3-point lead over AMC province of Cotabato.
Yeah, that's what you like to see because they did start out strong, talk about Santa Rosa. But we have to say also Cotabato, a couple of errors on their end. But then we are already at the midpoint and they still have the lead, like you said. So it's a good sign for them. They just have to learn how to close out this first set.
Right, good effort for Cotabato. And a couple of service aces also helped them, no? Yung itong si Camposano. Umandal will now serve. They're down by 2 points. Another good one. Back row attack, inabangan ni Camposano, and that's another point for Cotabato.
You know, I love that block by Camposano because sometimes you question the lifting violation. In this display, it's like it stayed in his hand for quite more than a second.
Right.
You just don't see it in the slow-mo. But he was able to put it back in the court of Santa Rosa.
Says a lot about his strength too, right?
Strength, hang time, and whatnot.
Down by 1 point.
Whoa!
So just a bit too long for Umandal.
You know, that's the case now when these players like Marcus Espejo, you know, the strong servers, when they go for it, it's like in or out, in or out. I mean, it's good or it's bad. I mean, it's great or it's not so great.
High risk, high reward parati itong mga to, you know? Nothing in between.
Yeah.
Can't play it too safe, ika nga.
If they go for it.
Yeah.
But if they go for just the top spin, that's already considered safe for them.
Intal's turn to serve for Cotabato.
Yeah, he had an ace earlier. Ooh, good save.
That's a live chance here for Santa Rosa. Adahar sends it to Bakil at the middle.
That's a great set from Santa Rosa. Just one blocker. Yeah, Sumagaysay was actually eliminated from that play.
Naunahan ng mga mas nakababatang players.
Yeah. They're using quickness.
Another 1-2 play for Dayandante. Twice now that it has worked for him.
Yeah, very smart. Aggressive play by Dayandante. Look at the area where he put the ball.
And really presence of mind. Yeah. Dahil alam niyang may chance na sumobra na yung bola.
Yeah.
Another good serve. Ooh. Free ball given up. Almost a collision on the side of Santa Rosa. And Mads Gampong ties this up at 18 apiece.
Boy, you know, we talked about the strength of the lineup of Cotabato. I'm sure you guys have been talking about that in previous games.
Yeah.
So you have Mads Gampong, right? If it's not Mads Gampong, you have John Vic de Guzman. So you have very lethal opposite hitters.
Right, you look at their bench. Some players can also start for them.
Yeah.
Ooh. The back row people had it covered, although Camposano was eager to get a touch.
Well, it happens also in the men's game. We always talk about that in the women's game. You always tell your blockers, trust your defense.
Yeah.
In the back. Stop trying to use one hand to keep it alive.
Dump does not work for Quesada. Atake ang Cotabato and they score off the block.
And we did mention it is interesting to see the chase of Cotabato. It's 19 all.
And this is where Santa Rosa will be tested. Yung mga ganitong kadikit na set,
right.
Diba?
Right.
Montemayor. We haven't heard from him tonight, but he makes his presence felt with that attack.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised when I saw the lineup and I saw Kevin Montemayor with Santa Rosa. But that's the story really in volleyball right now. You never know, you know, the acquisitions, the trades and whatnot.
And nice also to see, you know, how they will work well with the other teammates.
Yeah.
Yung mga hindi pa nila nakakalaro ever. Adahar, back sets. Tried to be smart there was Montemayor, but no touch.
You know, that was really smart by Jao Mandal, although he is favoring his right leg. He showed his block. He showed Montemayor that my hands are there.
Sabay ilag, you know?
Sabay ilag when Montemayor is about to brush it through his block. Smart.
That's the veteran in Jao Mandal, knowing what to do in that situation as Magsino gets the lead back for Santa Rosa.
Well, he has been successful talking about Magsino, so now it's closing time for Santa Rosa. Maybe he could be the first option. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Those types of errors are magnified when we reach the 20-point mark.
It's true.
Palitan ng tao for Cotabato as Gampong and Dayandante will sit. Arnold Bautista and Chris Silang will check in.
Yeah, well, we talked about the 20-point part of this game, and they want a full front row, talking about Cotabato.
That is still saved by Cotabato. But the chance for Santa Rosa. Mendoza goes up. Mendiola was there. Umandal's turn. Yes!
Again, credit the defense, the digging of Cotabato, keeping those balls alive, and João Mandal just grabs the lead for Cotabato.
Look at this, over the blockers of Santa Rosa. Silang continues to serve.
Yeah, great serve.
Adahar goes to the lefty Montemayor.
Whoa.
Good dig by Silang. And here comes Bautista with a wind-up, and then the point.
I'm looking at Coach Oji Mamon celebrating, pat in the back. Good substitution, Coach. He's telling himself.
Sakto eh.
Yeah, exactly.
Takes guts to do that at this juncture. But a timeout called by Coach Edward Lirio as we listen in.
Okay? Anong muna gawin tayo? Mag-isip. Magandang pasa. Maganda. Atake! Iyo, laban! Hindi pwedeng mahina!
Wait, tara ba? Wait, tayo isang pasa. Arby, huwag ka muna pumasok. Hintayin mo, magpasa-pasa. Hey, tara! Saints! Oh, wag good pass tayo.
Ito yung iniiwasan ng Santa Rosa na makahabol yung Cotabato. They were trying to build on that lead a while ago, but as we mentioned, Cotabato on paper, a lot stronger, you may say, more experience. So they know how to handle these types of situations.
That's true. That's what we always say, that's one thing young teams have to learn is to close out sets.
And now it's a free ball given up. Cotabato looking to get to set point. Umandal again, second try, still nothing. Bautista goes up. Bell! Nobody home for Santa Rosa. And look at the bench of Cotabato.
They're celebrating, and why obviously Santa Rosa is not manning Bautista. Was that Bautista?
Yep.
Yeah. So they weren't guarding him, and he's the one scoring the points on them.
Sabi nila si Arnold lang pala hinihintay natin eh. 2 points now off the bench. Mendoza gets it through. Delays the end of the set. Well, let's see if they can continue to score and extend it.
Yeah, smart hitting, just using the blockers there. So we talked about Santa Rosa and their blocking. They can have some stops here and try to tie this set up.
Bautista, another one.
Talk about substitutions. Key substitutions for Coach Oji Mamon.
Oh, and that's it. They get set number 1, 25-22. As we take this break, we will be back with set number 2 here on One Sports. Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center, you're still catching the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference here on One Sports and on One Sports Plus. Set 1 highlights. Noreen, itong Santa Rosa, they were off to a good start. We said, I'm sure they were ecstatic when they had that lead, but Cotabato, of course, did not give up, and all of a sudden, towards that latter part, just boomed their way towards that set number 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad for the fans of Santa Rosa because it was a promising start for this young team. They led by as much as 6 points, and you know, I mean, the huge lead. But we did mention for a young team, the challenge really is how to close out the set because again, we said they're playing against a very tough team in Cotabato. You know Cotabato will come back, and here are the numbers. Actually, in terms of attacks, they're equal.
Yeah.
You know, we saw when Santa Rosa lost against Navy, they had 22 as compared to 44. But look at this, they tie Cotabato, so they're at least working on that. Blocking, this is towards the latter part and the serves for Cotabato. That's why they were able to chase, again, Cotabato with more errors. But the 6 errors, when you count when it happens, those are the windows. Windows that they're giving Cotabato the momentum to come back in that set.
But if you're Santa Rosa right now, instead of being demoralized na nahabol kayo, you have to be more inspired because you know that you can take a 6-point lead against a great team like Cotabato.
That's true. You're right. You know, that's really the mindset that these youngsters have to have, you know. Instead of thinking, oh, we lost, we gave up, you know, we lost the set, we had the lead. You play inspired. Try to, psych yourself up.
And they're off to a good start with a first point after that attack error ni Jao Umandal as we welcome you to set number 1 for our coverage here on Signal. Dip Dipianco alongside Noringo and Ayana Perlas, our courtside reporter for this match. Napaganda pa. That was a far setup job from Camposano all the way to the front.
And that was sharp, that was a sharp bump. But yeah, but perfect timing on the side of Gampong. You know, that's a good example that, for Santa Rosa, it looked like already a botched play, but still, you can never take your eyes off the ball. You can never not defend.
And Cotabato bring out the combination plays. So Magaysay picked that one. And it opened up an attack opportunity for Jao Umandal.
Case of over-eager there for Camposano, burying that into the net. And speaking of Camposano, he actually leads Cotabato in terms of attacks 4, Gampong 4, now 5. And then for Santa Rosa, it's Magsino with 4 and Bakil with 3. These are the leading scorers for both teams.
Oh, there's a lot of contributions on the part of both teams. Not one player really dominating, no?
Yeah, pretty balanced scoring.
That's right.
Well, again, Jao Mandal has yet to have one solid kill. I mean, he does off the blockers, off the defenders, but I'm sure his fans are waiting for a legitimate kill.
Wala pa rin. This time, it's a point.
That's a count.
But he'll take it. His team will take it as well as they tie things up at 3-all.
Yeah, and part of the starting lineup now for Cotabato is Josafat. Another pretty good middle blocker, reigning from UE, Red Warriors.
Oh, trying to go for that 1-2. And regalo para kay Josafat. You just mentioned him.
He's making his presence felt right on the bat.
Binalik mo sa akin, ha? Babalik ko sa'yo.
Those kinds of kills, they really pump a player up. I mean, especially he just came off the bench and then you give him a free gift like that.
Quesada answers right back as they tie it up at 4-all.
So Magsino now in front for Santa Rosa. We did mention he played really well in the first set. So expect a lot of sets to the middle right now for Magsino.
Much closer start to this set for both teams. Oh! What a hit from Mads Gampong.
Boy, Dayan Dante just you know, playing it smart, just really distributing the ball really well. Look at the blockers late here, and Matt Campong will have field day.
Adahar with a set. It's back with Santa Rosa. He will send it to the same player in Book. And Axel Book will score.
Yeah, great set also for Santa Rosa. Also distributing. That's why we mentioned the leading scorers. Pretty low, but pretty balanced for both teams.
Good serve by Quesada. Sharp one. Pipe attack works for Camposano.
Again, if you have a lineup like Cotabato, anyone can hit from the pipe. Everyone can hit anywhere for that matter.
Parang kasi mag-setter sa team nila no? Can distribute the ball and expect a point as Umandal is back at the service line.
Oh, good receive.
Adahar inangat kay Mendoza. When they give it to Mendoza, they've been efficient so far.
I mean, I think this is a very strong front row for Santa Rosa, one in which they should take full advantage.
6-all here in set number 1. Book quietly with 3 points. Is ready to serve for Santa Rosa.
Oh, great serve.
Dayan Dante had to chase. And with that attack error, babalik ang kalamangan sa Santa Rosa.
Well, you can see Cotabato right now, they had a better start as compared to the first set, but clearly slowing down. You know, these committing these unforced errors.
Josafat gets his second point of the match.
So it's Josafat, it's not Josafat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're hearing it from our arena announcer, so I'm also... Dayan Dante tried to get that one, and it's in. It's through. It's Cotabato sending us to the first technical timeout. Take a look at this one. Over-received. And then the attack by the setter, Dayan Dante, giving Cotabato a 1-point lead. Babalik tayo here on One Sports.
You're still watching the Spikers Surf Open Conference 2023. Now, before today's game, head coach Oji Mamon preached that no team should ever be underestimated and every game is a learning experience. Now, in the last set, Coach Oji noticed that the main problem arised again for his team, which is the communication. Lahat sila veterano and yet nobody is comfortable leading inside the court, causing those simple mental lapses like not minding their matchups. Back to you, Dipinarine.
Thank you, Ayana, for that report. How do you see that as a challenge, Norino? Of course, when you have a talented team like this one, you can say maraming stars, diba? Maraming for Cotabato. Medyo mahirap siguro na for someone to just take the lead because halos alam nyo lahat kayo can be vocal.
And they're all leaders once in their respective team. So, yeah, you know, that's why it's important in training for the coaches or the coaching staff to choose the leader.
Yeah.
Because it's like dictated by the coach, obviously because he sees that in practice. So once the coach says, this is your captain, then everybody has to follow. But it is hard, but that's a fact of life.
Well, on paper, si JV Sumagaysay ang kanilang kapitan.
Yeah.
So let's see if he will be able to lead his squad to better communication here in set number 2. But Santa Rosa, with back-to-back points here, gives them a 2-point lead over Cotabato.
Yeah, Young Mendoza playing it smart. Looking one way, tipping it the other way. That was a great serve.
They go to Camposano. Adahar sends it to the left kay Mendoza. And that drops for Young Mendoza.
Well, it pays to be good, but it also pays to be lucky with the help of the net.
That's right.
I see the ball just dribble.
Wala nang buwelo yun eh, no? Nakatayo na lang siya dun eh.
Well, that helped them erect a 3-point advantage.
Magsino with another good serve. And look at that. Basang-basa ni Bakil that Dayan Dante was gonna go for that 1-2. Because he did it twice in set number 1.
He was marked there. No way he can get that through. Good serve. Ah,
Just wide.
yeah. From our angle, the floater, then it dropped, but it dropped out.
But Dayan Dante will be the one to serve for Cotabato.
Yeah, so obviously a full front row right now for them.
Adahar sends it to Mendoza.
So someone's got the hot hand right now.
Santa Rosa just lucky to be able to get or add itong si Young Mendoza to their lineup.
Yeah, I remember when we watched him, he was introduced to us last Spiker's Turf.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all so impressed.
Sa VNS, no?
Oh. And I remember they're saying he was the youngest of the squad.
Right.
So he's still young right now.
Oh, you can't spell young without yung nga naman. So might as well call him Young Mendoza.
Witty ka.
Dami akong baon eh.
Oo
First game
nga
back mo eh. Kailangan marami tayong hirit. Oh, look at this. It leads to an error for Cotabato. So this is somewhat similar to set number 1. 4 yung kalamangan dito ng Santa Rosa. But the question is, can they hold on to it?
Yeah, but what you like with Santa Rosa right now, they're playing it smart.
Yeah.
They're not just hitting, they're dropping. They're, you know, looking for the hole. So they're playing more mature, as we should say.
Babawi itong si Sumagaysay with that attack.
Well, you know, the question right now for Santa Rosa, because Young Mendoza just exploded in that rotation right there. Here in set 2 alone, he has 5 out of 7 attacks. Set 1, 2 out of 7.
Wow. Ooh. Easy pickings para kay Bakil.
Yeah, they're playing patient volleyball. That's what you'd like to see about Santa Rosa.
That's confidence that they've built the past 2 games, really. They've had it since game number 1, but of course, the more you play here, the more comfortable you get.
Then they saw the way they played in the first set. I mean, right? They erected a lead, a sizable lead. So if they play their game, they're ahead by 4.
I'm sure nabasa na rin nila, no? Ano yung advantage nila kontra sa Cotabato here in this matchup. Umandal finds the spot right on the line for Jao Umandal.
That was close. That was close. I was looking at the linesman right to the end, and then at the last minute he just signaled in. Ah, no, it was good.
Oh, pasok na pasok.
It's just fast. Oh.
Ooh. Tried to go for that high risk of a serve, and it ended up as a point for Santa Rosa. 4-point lead for the Lions. Technical timeout here on One Sports.
You're still watching the Spiker Surf Open Conference 2023. Now, Dip and Noreen, I want to talk about the heart-to-heart talk of the coaching staff had with the Santa Rosa City Lions. And ang naging main topic nila were the coach's main winning experiences being the underdogs going against veterans. And ang sabi ni head coach Ed Lirio, he hopes that this added to the young squad's confidence. Whether or not they win, at least they had fun because it's always more fun going against the veterans. Back to you, Dip and Noreen.
Thank you, Ayana, for that report. You know what's nice about Santa Rosa and Coach Edward? Every after game you can see they're really having that conversation. Yung nakaupo lang yung players, talagang kinakausap niya. And that's the relationship he has with his players. Parang mga anak na rin niya, itong Santa Rosa City Lions.
He puts everything in, they try to discuss everything.
Yeah.
The learnings is what's the most important thing.
Oh, let's see if that translates here to set number 2, but Magsino was blocked in that instance. A bit too low also yung set para sa kanya, no? He can reach it kung medyo tinaasan pa. Ito si Adahar.
Yeah, and you have to give it to Josaphat because he obviously from the bench, he was looking at the advantages or the strengths of Santa Rosa and he guarded Magsino there.
Yun yung maganda. If galing ka sa bench, nakikita mo na how you'll come into the floor and contribute.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Jao Mandal got lucky. Saktong sa linya lang. No one was there for Santa Rosa.
His fans will say, what lucky? What luck?
That was planned all
That
along.
was planned. That was deliberate.
The subs coming in here. Another Mendoza for Santa Rosa checks in. That's Lyric John replacing Magsino. They go combination play and it works for Axel Bok.
Boy, they look really good once they get to implement these plays. I mean, you like to see how they fly. Look at that. That's what they can do. That's the future of Santa Rosa for you.
And that's a much needed point because Cotabato was able to score 3 straight already.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Babawi.
Fauzi Ismail from the bench. I mean,
I was looking closely if siya ba yun. Kasi kanina wala siya sa floor eh.
yeah,
Medyo pareho sila ng hairstyle ni Camposano.
that's true. No, but you like,
Tigampong.
again, the substitutions of Coach Oji.
Magandang bunot kay Fauzi Ismail. And then, look at this. All of a sudden, it's tied. Di naabot dun. A miscue. And a chance for Cotabato to take the lead. Pero binigay kay Mendoza.
Wow! I mean,
What an angle.
I followed the angle. I saw the ball from where I'm sitting, and it clipped the line. I mean, look at this.
Crazy vertical. This
Crazy.
young guy has yung Mendoza.
And every time he's in front, they have to take advantage. Sorry, miscue there for Santa Rosa.
May nakaabang na no? Kaso
Yeah.
itong si Quesada got a touch first. Mendoza was there at the back. But as you mentioned, kailangan lang magtiwala ka. But also nasa likod na kasi siya So feeling niya, that was his to take. Ooh. Lucky break for Santa Rosa. Because yan na naman yung Cotabato kumakatok na
But again, we did mention the tendencies of a team like Cotabato. Their errors creeping in. Average of 8-9 a set.
Steady receive there. They go to Sumagaysay.
Textbook volleyball for you. Perfect pass by Mendiola and then quick attacks
It's been a back and forth affair here in set number 2.
That's a perfect design play.
Dito sa 20-point mark, lumayo yung Cotabato kanina.
Ooh,
But that's killing them, Noreen.
these service errors. I mean, if you're Cotabato, it's not yet the end of the set, but if you go on to lose this, the service error is gonna haunt you.
Oh, we're gonna see the stats
Yeah.
later on to have the final tally of the errors. But first, we have to settle who will get set number 2.
Ooh, good dig.
Adahar was there. Free ball given up. Dayandante sets up Gampong down the line. That's out. No.
Oh, Mads Gampong was sure it clipped the line.
Yeah, Cotabato will take their chances and call for a ball in, ball out.
But it's one against the entire Santa Rosa team they were sure it was out.
It's in front of them.
Yeah. Let's see. That's why we love these challenges.
But you will never admit naman eh, diba?
True.
Based on your point of view. But let's see, first challenge called here by Cotabato. Ooh, that is way out for Mads Gampong.
Told you it was one against the entire team of Santa Rosa. They saw it.
Swerte pa doon, lumagpas sa paa, di ba? Eh kung tumama sa paa, naiwasan pa.
And a 2-point lead for Santa Rosa. Right now, the challenge, obviously, like we mentioned the first set, you have to keep and try to close this.
Right. Who will have steady hands? Of course, they go to the captain.
You're asking for steady hands.
With a bit of a snarl after that point by Sumagaysay.
Yeah, you can see that was a great set by Dayandante. The blockers, barely there.
Boy pa. Chance here for Cotabato to tie this one. And they do with the attack from Gampong na ibawi niya yung atake niya kanina.
And you like that set, obviously, Dayandante trying to give Mads Gampong the confidence that, okay, you committed that error. Come on, get that point for us.
Bawiin mo lang.
And he did. Much obliged.
Tied game at 21 apiece. Ooh! Gumana pa yun for Axel Book. A bit of a collision, I believe, between him and a Cotabato player. Between Book and Josafat. Ayun, no? Pagbaba.
But he did cross.
Nag-cross, no? Or did it drop first? That's what we didn't see.
He crossed the line, and they're lucky because the second referee was already looking at the flight of the ball.
But nonetheless, play resumes. It's a 1-point advantage for Santa Rosa. Good first ball. Gampong ulit. Naiabot.
Good save.
Ni Bakil. Quesada. No. Dayandante will set up Umandal. And down it goes for Jao Umandal.
When you need insurance points, obviously you go to Jao Umandal.
Straight through into the stands. Umandal ties this one up at 22 all and a timeout for Santa Rosa.
Ayo, kahit anong mangyari, kunin nyo itong score na to. Di ba nagkakatotoo naman yung sinasabi ko, boys? Kung sino makakakuha, ito striking distance ha. Kung sino makakakuha ng score na to, yun makakakuha ng set. Kaya kahit anong mangyari, kunin nyo itong score na to. Maliwanag? Sa magandang receive, sa magandang lahat.
We will find out if totoo ba yung sinabi ni Coach Ed Lirio. Whoever will get this point will get the set. It's a crucial point of this set indeed, Noreen.
I'm showing you a piece of paper. Oh.
Parang gusto kong basahin pagkatapos na lang ng set.
Sige.
Para
it's the errors. We will keep you in suspense.
And then after the set, kung sino manalo, we'll find out. You guys will say, yun pala yun. Bakit ganun yung laban? Oh, buhay pa. Chance ball. Sayang for Cotabato.
Yeah, it was actually total miscue there between Silang and Umandal that led to that shank.
I thought that was a point already for Santa Rosa. And then the dive.
And look at this.
By Silang. Kailangan si Silang at si Umandal. Timeout by Cotabato.
Huwag nyo isipin lang. Simpleng, ako lang mag-sit. Magbigay ka ng instruction. O ikaw na, pa-help na. Go! At sa ganito,
So timeout called by Coach OG Mamon. Sabi nga niya, no? Binibigay na niya kay Silang.
I'm curious yung ikaw na pa-help.
Oo nga eh,
I
parang
won't get it eh.
take the wheel, kumbaga. Tignan natin. Bautista ang binigyan. This time, umandal. Ooh! Crucial point as Santa Rosa is 1 point away from equalizing this match.
I saw the reaction of Young Mendoza, the celebration after that error there.
It's a 2-point cushion right now for Santa Rosa. Quesada with a steady serve. Silang will send it to Bautista. It's alive.
Chance.
Mendoza. The finish. Yes. No. Yes. Oh, wow. What a sequence.
Well,
finally, nakahinga yung Santa Rosa.
Exactly. And they almost celebrated too early before the referee blew the whistle.
A bunch of miscues again on that last part kung sino yung kukuha ng bola. But ultimately, it ends up with a Santa Rosa win in the same scoreline, but they will take it 25-22. We'll be back with set number 3 here on One Sports. Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center, we needed that breather after a thrilling set number 2 as we take a look at the highlights. But before we get to the numbers, Noreen, pag-usapan natin ano yung nangyari. It was tight at first, but it seemed like Santa Rosa was more comfortable here in this set.
Yeah, I mean, they looked like obviously a more focused team coming into today's game. Even the first set, they established a lead. Though they lost it, they learned here in the second set. They were able to maintain it. We have to give it to Young Mendoza, really just carrying this team on his shoulders. Everybody following suit. So if you're a fan of Santa Rosa, you have to be happy with the maturity that you're watching in today's game.
Ito na, yung hinihintayin natin na stat line. What jumps out for you here in the numbers, Noreen?
Well, obviously, it's the last category, the opponent's errors, because in attacks, blocks, and serves, it went the way of COTABATO. Then you see, why did they lose the second set, 22-25? Here's your answer, which is what we were talking about towards the end of the second set, is the error category. Early on, it was 10-1 when you and I, Dip, we didn't say it. And it ended 13-1. So too many errors on the side of COTABATO, but you have to give it to Santa Rosa. It's their moment. Nearly flawless game with just one error.
Right, you mentioned 9% is a lot of errors, but 13 is unforgivable, right? It's gonna be hard to win a set if you have that much errors, and that's what happened to COTABATO in set number 2 as we are underway with set number 3 here on One Sports. Dip Dipianco, Noreen Go calling this match alongside Ayana Perlas giving us reports and updates. Unang puntos na punta sa Santa Rosa. Make that 2 straight after another error
then you begin to question, no? If you're looking at a team, let's say in paper you read the names of Cotabato, then you watch them, then you can't help but wonder why that much errors.
Yeah.
I mean, why do they commit that much errors? So, you know, these things, it's a learning process for even the best of the best.
Right, and also, Umandal unleashing all his power in that attack. But you're right, no? It just goes to show na just because they have the talent, the skill, diba? It takes a lot more than that. Na yung samahan nyo, kailangan mas matagal pa ng onte to build that chemistry. And of course, although they played in PNVF, may mga iba pa rin players na hindi naman naglaro for them. Like we mentioned, si Gampong.
Yeah. And that's always a question, no? The gelling. Even if in paper they're strong teams, they still need to gel.
Yeah. Finally, a couple of points for AMC. Tabla tayo at 2-all. Ismail with the serve.
Better serve.
Adahar with a good set. Rejected. Babalik niya kay Book. There was a net touch.
It was clear. We saw the net move. Another error on the side of Cotabato. Boy, you know, this Santa Rosa team woke up at the right side of the bed today.
Right. Maganda siguro yung ihip ng hangin sa south, no, kanina. So look at Umandal, all business here in set number 3.
And we were talking about it. Jao Mandal has been checked in the first 2 sets. We were waiting for these legit kills, and he showed us 2 already here in the set.
Yeah, that's right. 2 out of the 3 points coming from him. If it's a foreshadowing of how the rest of the set will go for them, kind of dangerous for Santa Rosa, but they answer right back. That was another kill from Axel Book. Sa gitna naman siya this time.
When they go to their combination plays, they look really good, talking about Santa Rosa.
Silang sends it to Umandal. Ayun na. Even though he was checked, pero sobrang lakas, no? Kind of hard to stop for Jao Umandal.
And that second set loss, obviously, you know, the beast inside of Jao Umandal woken up.
Right. Definitely not questionable anymore heading into this game. He will play. He will always play. For
injured or not, remember?
Oh, this time it's an error. Puntos para sa Santa Rosa. But also not the best setup there. No? Nagkailangan dun si Intal.
Yeah. It's like a miss set there.
And Silang.
Ooh. Overpass.
Adahar sends it to Mendoza. Too long. As he apologizes for his one of the only miscues that he's had in this game.
And he's got to check his emotions because right now I'm sure this Santa Rosa squad, they're in an all-time high.
On a high,
right?
definitely.
So the adrenaline is ×2, ×3. So you have to channel those emotions for the better here in the 3rd set.
That's right. 5-all here in set number 3. Adahar, a bit of a delay kay Mendoza. But the errors keep on coming for Cotabato.
Ismail kind of was denying the net violation there, and there's a bit of taunting going on there.
Ibigay dito kay Umandal. Quesada pops it up. Mendoza again. There was a touch. Looks like they will challenge again. Or no. Okay, no challenge. But there was definitely a touch. No?
Yeah, looked like it. I mean, for Coach Oji to say, no, I'm not going to challenge that.
Change the trajectory of that ball. Sent back. Ismail Stern. It's short. And it's the first technical timeout. Santa Rosa ulit ang nangunguna. 8-5. Take a look at this one, Ismail. And a 3-point lead for the white shirts. Babalik tayo here on One Sports.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Open Conference 2023, and this is the battle between Cotabato City Spikers versus the Santa Rosa City Lions. Now, something that the Santa Rosa City Lions worked on before coming into this game was actually their predictability. The coaching staff noticed na parang one style of play or attacks lang yung ginagawa nila. So they worked on different forms of attacks and plays in that 5-day break, and it seems to be doing them justice. Back to you, Dipinary.
Thank you, Ayana, for that report. Well, it's good that they were able to really practice those types of plays because nagagamit nila ng husto dito sa laro.
Justice. Yes, sir.
Speaking of service, it's Intal after scoring that point. It's back with Santa Rosa, saved by Rex. Mendoza, still nothing there. Almost saved by Cotabato. Oh, Adahar is really into that. A lot of faking with his setting.
You can see really such a talented setter. I mean, I'd like, again, you know, a new team, a young team, so you're just excited for the future, given that they stay intact.
And I'm sure Coach Ed Lirio just allows them to also experiment, diba?
Yeah, and enjoy.
Ooh. That was Ismail. It was called out. But I believe they will call for a challenge. And you know, Fauzi Ismail wants this because kanina pa niya sinusubukan diba? Dalawang errors na siya And if he gets this, then, as you mentioned, justice ulit.
Justice.
This time for Cotabato.
Yeah.
But let's see. Kanina ganun din confident din yung atake ni Gampong, but it ended up outside. This time, Ismail. Oh, that's inside.
Yeah. He was sure. Actually, he looked at Coach Oji and said, no, it touched the line. Great challenge there, successful one.
Could spark things up for Ismail and the rest of AMC Cotabato.
These are the times that you're happy you have a challenge. You have the challenge system. The balls are just so fast.
It's right back. It's up. Silang sets up Ismail. Back-to-back points for Fauzi Ismail.
Well, that line ball has obviously boosted his confidence. How about Fauzi Ismail? Just a one-point game.
Right. I was about to say, just chasing a one-point lead. Pipe attack mula kay Umandal.
Well, you know, his approach, he was so ready for that set. What an opportune time for Silang to give it to Jao Umandal. Look at that. Wow.
This could be the turning point for Cotabato in this set. Because if you take a look at Santa Rosa, they're kind of losing their energy. Until that point, Mendoza with the help of the net.
What loss of energy are you talking about? Mendoza ain't done yet here in this match.
10 serving 9. Adahar on deck. Silang again to the same spot and same result for Jao Umandal.
Well, these are precarious moments here for Cotabato. So yeah, why not go to Jao Mandal? He has been delivering. At least here in the third set, very consistent.
They go middle, and it was denied by the blockers of Cotabato.
It's just one guy. It was Jao Mandal again. Look at that. Boy, reading that plays through and through.
11 serving 10. But Ismail, nararamdaman na medyo lumalakas na ata yung aircon dito sa loob ng Paco Arena.
Boy, remember all those service errors in that second set.
How many errors again in set 2?
13 total.
Wow. That's more than half of what Santa Rosa scored on their own.
You're seeing right now the connections for Cotabato. Silang with Josaphat, you know, I mean, he's trying to get all the players involved right now, which is a good sign for Cotabato.
Kept alive by Cotabato. Umandal with a point. You can hear the impact of that attack.
A little bit of a stare down after that. Even Rex Intal getting into the heated moment. Good serve.
13 serving 11. Another one here for Cotabato. That was Rex Intal with a denial.
Now, slowly but surely, Cotabato is pulling away here in the third set. You know, they're doing it with defense. They're reading the opponents a lot better here in the third set.
3-point game. Outside, though, for Josaphat. It seems like ayaw silang iwanan, no, nung errors.
Parang it's a given.
This one, I'd like you to do the honors. Yeah.
Here in the third set, 7 errors for Cotabato. Again, just one for Santa Rosa.
Right, because they're also on pace to reach the 10 error mark. But this time, they get a block point.
Well, we talked about the strength of Cotabato. Blocking is one of them. And they're showing it here in the third set. Not much in the first 2 sets. Well, at least the impact of the blocks.
One of the rare times also that Mendoza was completely blocked. Outside for Santa Rosa.
Well, yes. Santa Rosa's got to settle down here in the third set.
As we reach the second technical timeout, Cotabato ahead by 4 points. Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center. You're still catching the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference. Cotabato ahead by 3, make that 3-point lead for Cotabato after that point by Santa Rosa.
Yeah, you like that coming off that second technical timeout. Ball just found a way to get that through.
Who will step up for Santa Rosa?
Yeah, good question.
Ooh. Someone crossed the line, I believe.
They pointed to Rex Intal.
No objections for Rex Intal. Sumobra siya dun. Yep.
Lucky break for Santa Rosa. That was a free gift.
Pero pinawi naman agad ni Rex Intal because he wanted that point badly. Could have been a bigger lead if not for the error.
And I remember watching one of the earlier games, and they're saying Rex Intal doesn't really get enough time to practice because of his extracurricular, but it looks like he's been practicing more with the team right now.
We were used to seeing him in blue and then in red, but now we're going to have to get used to Rex Intal in black.
Yeah.
Body's on the floor. It's kept alive.
Good save.
Mendiola sends it over. Ooh! And Ismael will take that one.
You know, talk about Ismael. I remember in the previous Spikers turf, you can see, we know Fauzi Ismael to be a talented player, but his fitness wasn't there, but he looks like he's been working on that.
Well, the guy is a 4-time best outside hitter in the Spikers turf. So, makinig muna tayo kay Coach Edward Lirio.
Diba? Bakit doon tayo nag-decide na mas maayos eh? Diba? Pag tumatanda tayo, doon tayo nag-decide na mas maayos. Yun nga lang, unfortunately, yung decision natin, mali. Okay? So, anong gagawin natin? Pag ganyan lupog na, yung mas aangat tayo. Mag-ayos ang receive para mas maayos.
Situational. Tara, dapat lang
Timeout called by Santa Rosa. It seems like they already know what they need to do, Noreen. No? Pinapakalahanan na lang sila ni Coach Edward Lirio.
You know, I mean, the way they played in the first two sets, even now that Cotabato has the lead, they shouldn't change. They have to keep challenging Cotabato. Like that.
And Mendoza is not one to back down, definitely.
Well, he has been pretty much one of the brighter spots for Santa Rosa. That's why every time he's in front, they have to take advantage. Ooh.
So lumagpas na sila sa error count nila from set 2, no? Or because in set 2, they only had one error.
Yes. One error. I mean,
that's almost flawless.
Yeah, I gotta give it to them.
And now they're at 2, I believe. 2 errors.
Yeah.
They go to Mendoza again. Medyo nag-alangan dun. Silang goes to Umantal. I think he stepped on the line.
Coach Oji saying, yep.
Sumobra. Itong si Jao Umantal. Yeah. Clearly, but kind of a safe cushion pa rin, a 3-point lead for them.
And they never had this luxury in, in the first two sets, right? Oh!
And it goes back up to 4 points after the error by Yong Mendoza.
And remember, you were mentioning that earlier, that was their second error. This is the third. This is a perfect example when us analysts or anchors, we talk about the timing of the errors. That's a perfect example. That's another one right there. They may end up to finish this set with just 4 errors, but the timing of the 3 errors, very crucial for Santa Rosa.
Beyond the numbers, you'll ask, kailan pa nangyari error na yun, diba? Because right now, we're seeing it towards the end of this set number 3. But there's going to be a sub on the floor as Santelices checks in for Axel Book.
Well, I think it's a good substitution. Try to change things up, Try to chase here, down by 5.
Right, and Santelices, of course, is their veteran player.
Ooh, good dig.
5 points ang kalamangan dito ng Cotabato. Oh, no one was there. Silang upset to Bautista. Mendiola to the other side. The tough angle. Still good.
Still alive.
Oh. And it turns into a point for Santa Rosa.
That was Bakil with that kill, and I can see, I'm gonna see warnings here because Cotabato not that happy with all the taunting and those extra celebrations.
Oh, he was sent in for that exact reason.
Yeah.
He can do anything because he's a kuya.
True.
Setting an example.
Another hitting error on the side of Cotabato. It's just a 3-point game.
So right now it's down to a 3-point lead. They go to Ismael. Flexes in front of Quesada.
Well, you know, we know him to be a soft-spoken type of player, but right now he's just, you know, showing all these flexing of the muscles, but you don't really see him like taunt the opponents, right?
I think he could though, because again, we mentioned he has 4 awards and a finals MVP here in the Spikers turf.
Wow.
.22 serving 18. Bagong player pinasok ni Coach OG Mamon. That's Medina.
Wewe
Medina. That. Nilabanan ni Umandal, but he clipped the net.
You love the attitude of Bok there. It was a joust, and he got that over Jao Umandal. You won't see that all the time.
I like that you're leveling with the puns here. The joust with Jao Umandal.
Yeah. The joust with Jao. Oh, good save.
Mendiola kept it alive. Balik sa Santa Rosa ang bola. Book is denied. Pagpag lang ng onte si Jao Umandal.
After that block, stare down. 1-all is the count.
Where is Jao Umandal?
Iniinsayo natin yan. Makinig! Iniinsayo natin yan. Diba? Medyo may percentage na pwede natin makuha yung set. So, meron pa rin pagkakataon.
Yes, Coach.
Kung magkikilos at mag-effort lang tayo na mas maayos.
Yes, Coach.
Diba? Ibigay natin. Para kung di masyadong mahirapan. Ha, bigay natin.
Natin yung puntos na to, pre, ha?
Ang nangyayari.
Enjoy lang.
Let's go. Variation. Ay, sa heads out, sa Sage!
Sa maganda.
I like that everyone had a say, no, in that timeout. No? They were just trying to chime in, each and every one of them.
No, and really, you know, the effects of those stare downs, those taunts, it really pumps the teams up. Eh? That's why you like to see those. I don't like it when the referees become too strict. A little taunting, a little stare down. Oh, come here, warning. I mean, that's spice to the game.
Yeah, and it's natural lang. No? It's human nature to react that way if you're so excited. Four-point lead. Lloyd Josafat on deck to serve. Babawi dito ang Santa Rosa. From the timeout, a good play set up.
He's feeling it. Talk about Bok.
Three points ang hinahabol dito. Silang goes to Umandal, and why not? Set 3 is his show.
It is. I totally agree. And again, showing Santa Rosa who's boss around here, especially in the third set.
Right, third set.
Third set.
Set point na.
Oh, good save.
Ooh, but the finishing touch, courtesy of Silang.
That's so anticlimactic. After a wonderful save, and then, okay, just tip it over, get the set.
Okay na, tapusin na natin
na.
to. Might as well take a breather. 25-20 in favor of Cotabato. Babalik tayo for set number 4 here on One Sports.
We welcome you back to the Spikers Turf Open Conference here 2023 Santa Rosa Cotabato. We really appreciate your company here as you join us in this pretty good set, pretty good match. A lot of people are saying Cotabato will win it in 3, but no, Santa Rosa is playing really well. Although they're down 2-1, we have to give it to the young squad. They're pretty, they're really fighting it out, but you know, a lot of drama there in the 3rd set, but we gotta mention it was Jao Mandal's set. You know, they didn't want to lose or to go down 2-1, so they just flexed their muscles together with Fauzi Ismail and Rex Intal, and they just showed might there over the young Santa Rosa. But again, it's a great, entertaining match so far. And let's look at the numbers in terms of attacks right now. Cotabato dominating that 15-8. Blocking, they showed that. So pretty much the same. They lead in terms of attacks, blocks, and serves. But one category really that's plaguing this team is their errors. 12. They had 8, 13, I think, 13, and then 12. And Santa Rosa still pretty decent errors there. 4, 1, and then 4 again. So that's one thing Santa Rosa is doing right, minimizing their errors. But again, like the way they played in the 1st set, even the 2nd set, they need the challenge, keep the ball in play, and try, you know, to take advantage of the errors of Cotabato, because it's still 12 as compared to 4. Still 12 errors. So
only one less of what they committed in set number 2, right?
Well, one thing that's you know, made up for that really is the out attack and the out blocks Santa Rosa there.
Oh, they showed it in that set number 3 with how they defended Santa Rosa well. But still, if you're going up against a team that can limit their errors like that, but we touched on the part where yung timing talaga ng errors is crucial, and that's what I guess hurt Santa Rosa in that last stretch of set number 3.
That's true. Could be just 1, 2, or 3 errors. Again, they'll end up with 4, but it's the timing of the errors. And let's just mention some of the leading scorers here in this match for Cotabato. Umandal exploding right now with 16 points. Gampong with 8. And for Santa Rosa, Yong Mendoza with 11 points and Book with 8 points.
Di pa ata sapat yung 17 ni Umandal from last game. Gusto pa niyang lagpasan in this match against Santa Rosa. As we welcome you to set number 4. Live on One Sports and on One Sports Plus, Dip Dipianco alongside Noreen Go. Calling this match with Ayana Perlas giving us updates from the sidelines. Well, let's see if Cotabato will be able to close this one out. As you mentioned, ang kanilang record so far, 2 wins, no losses. Ito namang Santa Rosa, they've had 3 games already but still haven't gotten themselves in the win column.
Yeah, looking for that first win. But you know, if they continue to play the way they played like in the first 2 sets, I mean, they're bound to get a win.
And also based on their past matchups, malalakas na rin naman yung nakaharap nila, diba? Of course, if you're gonna look at the other teams, I think they can match up better with them. Pero ito kasi early on, mabigat na yung schedule nila eh.
You know, baptism of fire.
Yeah, we talked about it. Itong Santa Rosa, they've already faced Imos, they faced Navy, and they also faced Signal.
Okay. So, understandable. But you know, that can prove to be an advantage to them. You know, after facing these strong teams, you learn from that. The way they're playing today, like I said earlier, it doesn't seem like they're 0 and 3, right? So the next few games, they can actually start stepping on the gas.
Because all of those teams are at the top half of the standings right now.
So short-term goals. End up at the middle and see if we can make it to the next round.
But as you mentioned also, yung format natin, mabilisan lang, single round robin. You think it's kind of long, pero ayaw mo rin maghabol ng panalo towards the end. It's 3 serving 2 here in set number 4. Henry Bakil, a bit limited here with his performance. Siguro talagang pinantayan eh. Coming from that last game, alam ng Cotabato sino yung i-eliminate nila.
You know the scouting, the scouting reports. And that's normal, in volleyball, especially at this level of play, all the scouting. So the challenge with these players is how are you gonna, respond to the opponents guarding you with extra juice.
Yeah. But this time around, Book pinadaan sa blockers ng Cotabato.
Good serve. Oh, what a dig.
Here comes Santa Rosa, Montemayor. Mendoza wants it to the other Mendoza. Medina was there for the pickup. The attack from Mumandal. Tough angle, and it went out.
It was tough. There's a backspin on that bump set by Mendiola. You got to give it to Mandal. He tried to get a point, but it was just too far.
And the sets haven't been quick as well. Dahil sobrang hindi lang sa dikit-dikit yung puntos, but the rallies are relatively long also. Hindi agad napapatay yung bola.
That's true. But we always say the hardest sets to hit are the ones that come from the back. Imagine if there's spin or underspin from the back. I mean, it's really tough.
Mandal with the serve. Montemayor with the wind-up and the point.
I like this substitution. No, not a substitution. I like Coach Lirio adding Kevin Montemayor to the lineup here in the fourth set because we know what he can do.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen him last conference, and he could be the spark plug that Santa Rosa needs.
He was a go-to more than Mendoza, actually, in DNS back then.
Even in service, right? I remember.
Na umabot, by the way, yung koponan nila umabot sa semis last conference. They finished fourth in the semis.
And they were a new team also.
Yeah. Rex Indal will serve. Had an ace a while ago in set number 1. Silang upset to Umandal.
Yeah, this guy is a man with a mission. He doesn't want to prolong this match any longer.
Right. I don't think he's coding, that's why.
Ooh, overset.
Ooh, hindi na ibaba ni Sumagaysay. Another chance here for Cotabato, and Medina will join the scoring column for Cotabato.
That's a problem right now with Santa Rosa. When Coach Oji, puts in new people, you see that the defense, they don't focus as much as when they did in the first set. They're so used to the starting 6.
Right.
Then you put Bautista, you put Medina, then you see that the defense is is quite relaxed.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that they should correct.
When you look at how Coach Oji Mamon does it, really, he tries to send in these players. Niro-rotate niya towards the end. Nakakalaro talaga halos lahat.
Yeah. And these are a lot of players we've seen play in the UAAP.
Yeah.
So we know how talented they are as well.
Different schools, FEU, UST, NU, UE even, with Lloyd Josafat. You also have John Vic naman from the other side, from Benilde.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's one person also for Santa Rosa who you want to see play better, Magsino.
Yeah, that's right. Cotabato ahead by 1 point as we reach the first technical timeout.
Welcome back to the Spikers Turf Open Conference 2023. Now, as we can all see, Jao Umandal isn't in his usual rhythm given the errors so far in this match. But before this set, we could actually see that his teammates were comforting him, most especially John Vic de Guzman, telling him to go back to the basics, simplify his plays, then lalabas na yung totoong laro niya. Back to you, Dipinarine.
Thank you, Ayana, for that report. Well, Jao Umandal, as you mentioned, nalagpasan na niya yung output niya from the last game. So, I'd say he's more comfortable dealing with that lingering injury na na-mention ni Ayana sa atin.
But then you wonder, no? I mean, you want to prolong one's career. If somebody's injured, the only way to go about it is to rest it.
Yeah.
And to let it heal. But, you know, that's how committed really these players are. Sumagaysay gets the kill, and that's one player who has been, like you said, limited in today's game. JV Sumagaysay.
Yeah.
Can't seem to get a rhythm going.
Book is denied at the net.
I think Bautista got a hand at that, covering the down the line. Yeah.
Oh, Medina will be the one to serve. 10-8 here in set number 4.
Good serve.
Book will answer right back. It's nice that Adahar gave it back to him,
yeah. Look how athletic he is in the hang time. Oh, so excited about the future of this player.
Oh, that's a point for Cotabato as they extend it to 2 points.
Cut shot there. Smart attack. You know, better serve or better serves for Cotabato here in the 4th set.
Right. Ooh, medyo madikit yun pero nagawan na paraan ni Jao Umandal.
So smart. That's so smart. Yeah, it's not the perfect of setups, but Umandal just stayed with it and gets the point.
Book again will try. Picked up by Silang. Oh, good play for Arnold Bautista. That's a heads-up play.
No, I like the brand of volleyball of Bautista. I've seen him, like we've seen him in UAP for UST, right?
Yeah.
But here he normally comes off the bench, but he's so effective. He looks like, he seems like he's a thinking player.
Yeah, it's
right?
not even fancy.
Yeah.
Nothing flashy. Pero kanina, nung set 1, siya nga yung nagdala sa kanila dun sa clutch part eh.
Yeah.
Got them the points that they needed to take set number 1.
And the entry of Bautista and Medina here in the 4th set, you know, the serves are more consistent. So you see the strengths of these bench players for Cotabato.
Umandal, with all the power that he had. You can hear it eh, no? Ang lakas ng palo eh. Wala yung headset natin eh. Kahit may headset tayo, rinig natin yung actual sound.
Exactly. It's like a huge drum, right? Then you just pound it.
4 points ang Abante. Nintal has done that a couple of times. His specialty, of course.
Yeah. And Santa Rosa is getting more predictable here in the 4th set. You can see Ital read that through and through.
Obviously why he's in the national team pool, right? Because of those types of plays. That is wide for Axel Book. No complaints on the part of Santa Rosa, and we reach the second technical timeout. 16-10 in favor of Cotabato. Back inside the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center, and you're still watching the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference here on One Sports. Good dig for Wewe Medina.
Yeah, I mean, that was a total force by... Oh, he makes up for that. Talking about Montemayor.
Sinigurado na. With all the force that he had on that one.
I'm looking at the front row right now of Santa Rosa. It's a pretty formidable one. You have Montemayor, Magsino, and Mendoza. So they can score a couple of points, try to keep this close.
Silang and Bautista will take their rest. Played quality minutes for Coach Oji Mamon off the bench. And of course, Gampong, no, galing sa medyo matagal sila napahinga eh.
Still cold off the bench.
Yeah. Let's see if Santa Rosa can make one last stand here, a comeback here in set number 4.
Yeah, final push.
That is off the block.
I love the reaction of Rex Intal. It was like, he looked like he was, what's going on? What's going on? But he knew that he hit it out. I mean, he hit it to against the blockers out. But there's a challenge.
Yeah, of course. Ito yung mga times na they can't slip away, let it slip away na itong Santa Rosa because every point matters at this stage.
Getting some airtime here. He deserves it.
Young Mendoza. Airtime literally and literally both on air and his hang time.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes, there is. There is a block touch.
I told you, normally if you the block touch challenge, I'm sure the percentages is always a yes. Probably 90%.
They
Even
know
in the
it.
women's
Yeah, they feel the players feel it.
No, and sometimes because when you think a player hits it to the tape, but the blocker stands there, sometimes it rolls, it touches the blocker. So,
it's too close already.
Yeah.
But that one led to a Jao Umandal service error. So Santa Rosa still alive. Is down by 4 points. Montemayor will serve.
Yeah, he's a pretty good server.
Here comes Gampong off the block.
You know what Cotabato doing well right now is they're simplifying it. You know, hitting it off the blockers, hitting off the high hands, and they're maintaining this lead.
Rex Intal with 6 points. In different categories via blocking, ace, and attacks. Mendoza. That was so open on the side of Cotabato.
Yeah, that's obviously a defensive breakdown there for Cotabato, just giving the entire zone 1 to Young Mendoza. He didn't even have to put too much power here and he saw it.
Sabi nga ni Mendoza had that 2020 vision. Oh, that's way out for Magsino. There's one guy that we talked about a while ago, no, na wasn't able to really get a lot of touches.
Which he should have.
The middles weren't as activated as much. Ooh! Ganda naman yung timing ng setter nitong Santa Rosa at the heart.
Oh, I mean, if he could get 5 points for that, for challenging Sumagaysay.
That was great timing for Jericho Adahar. Ooh.
Oh, good dig.
Dug up by Mendoza. Book will attack straight to Mendiola. And then the powerful hit.
Mandal will not have it. He's going to tell Sumagaysay, I got you. I got you. Look at that. Look at that swing.
Timeout called by Santa Rosa. They're behind by 5 points.
Okay na naman yung mga movements natin eh. Please. Kaya sa kanya wala lang error. Please.
Please lang, pre.
Kaya natin yung voice over para ano. Pag wala natin yung voice over.
Kapitan natin, pre. Tara, tara.
Coach Ed Lirio asking for one last chance for Santa Rosa to make a comeback.
And he said, yeah, it's words of encouragement. Okay, your movement's natin. So
Yeah. Let's see what they will work with here. Ooh! Sarado. For Cotabato.
Sumagaysay just making up, or that teaming up with Dante. Making it look so easy. It's like, okay, all right, I got the point.
Even Bakil struggling to find his rhythm. And there's a sub on the floor as Quesada checks back in, replacing Book.
Well, they need their captain right now.
Yeah.
You know, at least to encourage the rest of the gang.
7-point lead though for Cotabato. This is a huge deficit for Santa Rosa. Make it 8.
Yeah, Medina has been serving well here in the 4th set. Consistent, tough. That's one more.
Quesada. That's too high for Sumagaysay. But it turns into a point pa for Santa Rosa.
Yeah, a lot of fakes there, but that set was actually pretty low for Jao Mandal.
Still though, it's a 7-point advantage.
Yeah, they can afford it at this moment.
An easy tip for Sumagaysay leads them to match point. 24-16 in favor of Cotabato. Santa Rosa will need quite a miracle. 8 straight points.
It was just like a mental breakdown on the side of Santa Rosa here towards the end of the 4th set.
Well, they get one to drop though. That was Bakil getting a point.
But still 7 match points.
Well, let's touch on that mental breakdown that you mentioned later on. Speaking of, yun na yun, ano?
There's no more later on.
Sarili nila yung kalaban nila yun. That was another error for Santa Rosa to end the match as Cotabato stays undefeated after 3 games. 3 wins and no losses for AMC province of Cotabato. For Santa Rosa, they dropped down to 0-4. But playing with a much experienced team, I'm sure they're only gonna get better.
Yeah, we have to give it to them. It was a great game for Santa Rosa, although losing call.
We'll talk more about this one and wrap this one up in just a bit here on One Sports.
Test mic 1, 2, 3.
Welcome back to the Spikers Turf. Open Conference 2023. This was our second game for today's doubleheader with the Cotabato Spikers winning in 4 sets against the Santa Rosa City Lions. Now, joining me now is the best player of the game, Jao Umandal. Hello, Jao. Congratulations.
Thank you, Liana.
Jao, na-notice namin kanina na parang wala ka sa usual rhythm mo in today's game, pero bumawi ka ngayon, best player of the game ka. May sinabi ba sa'yo yung mga teammates mo or may ginawa ka ba to kind of lift yourself up again in today's game?
Wala naman, binalik ko lang yung sarili ko kasi to, parang mabigat yung katawan namin. Kasi naglo-load kami, kasi nga may training camp kami, so naglo-load kami, parang mabigat medyo ngayon. Pero kaya naman kahit papaano na balik namin yung laro namin, pero late na eh.
Yes. Pero yes, like what you mentioned, double training kayo, especially that this is going to be your last game in the conference.
Yes.
And lahat kayo veterano, nasa national team kayo. But I want to talk about yung communication on the court. Kasi sabi sa akin ni Head Coach Oji Mamon na parang medyo struggle yun kahit na veterano kayo, struggle yung communication. So how will you assert yourself to be a leader on the court in the next games to come?
Kanina medyo off yung communication namin sa kayong call-out namin. Parang sumabay kami agad sa laban, sa pace ng kalaban. So, parang talo kami per set, doon kami nagising na parang di pwede yan kasi dapat tayo yung nagpipace. Kailangan yung communication natin, patibayin pa natin hanggat maaga pa para pagdating ng dulo talagang mabuo na namin yung team namin.
At least bumawi kayo, Jao. Congratulations. Jao, may gusto ka bang batiin?
Binabato ko ulit po sila Mayor sa COTABATO and then yung family ko, yung mga sa UST, yung mga Ipea, kala father, kala coach, teammates ko. Isa, nanonood. Maraming salamat sa lahat na sumusuporta.
Thank you so much, Jao. Once again, our best player of the game, Jao Umandal. Back to you, Dip in the Ring.
Thank you, Ayana. And there you have it, our best player of the game, Jao Umandal. Delivering the goods once again, back-to-back performances. Great performances for him para sa Cotabato, which gave them the win. As we take a look at set 4 highlights, pag-usapan natin, no, for Cotabato na rin, they said communication yung problema nila early on. But here, in set number 4, looks like they finally found the perfect match when it comes to really communicating inside the court.
So for me, I think it's the best set that they played,
Yeah.
regardless of outcome, because they won, of course, 3-1. And later we will see why. Obviously, it's the errors that they minimized. We saw it, the serves. We have to give it to Medina and Bautista coming off the bench and providing that consistency that they needed. That's why the 4th set was actually far from the previous sets. And just look at that. Again, it's the same. From 1st to 4th set, they led in terms of attacks, blocks, serves. But one thing that's huge for Cotabato is they minimize their errors to 7. 7, I mean, is pretty decent already for a team like Cotabato. So one thing they have to learn in future games, if you can limit your errors to 7, then you're looking good. And you have to give it again to Santa Rosa. A great game.
Right.
They won a set. They challenged even in the other set. So just look forward to your next games and try to win a couple of matches there.
Right. For Santa Rosa to look to close out in those tight matches. But for Cotabato, obviously, they will enjoy this one as they improve to 3-0. Our games continue on Friday, still here at the Paco Arena Events and Sports Center. Imos going up against Navy at 3 p.m. and then at 5:30 p.m. it's Air Force facing the Signal HD Spikers. And that does it for our coverage on a Wednesday inside the Paco Arena. Thank you for joining us here on One Sports. On behalf of Ayana Perlas, our courtside reporter, my partner Noreen Go, my name is Dip Dipianco, saying thank you for watching the Spikers Turf 2023 Open Conference.